Salaf, they gave us 4 principles. And we will go by principle to principle. First principle. The first principle is that we, Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, we do not deny the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the first thing. We do not do the ta'deel. We do not do that. As you will see, the Ash'aris, what they did, they denied the attributes of Allah. The Mu'tazila, they denied the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And remember this thing, and why is that we should not deny? What is the thing? Because Allah knows this language, the Arabic language, more than we do. He knows what He has said in the Quran. He knows how He has described Himself in the Quran. He knows Himself much better than we can ever think. That is why we should not deny, we should not do ta'deel, because He knows what He's speaking about. Allah knows what He's saying in His book. And Allah knows what He's saying to His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That is why we should not do the ta'deel. So the first principle is that do not deny. Meaning do not do the ta'deel. And remember this thing, that any person who does the ta'deel, it can be in 2 ways. One, it is simple. A person, for example, a person says the verse of the Quran, Subhanallah biyadihi al-mulk wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. That glory be to Allah, in whose hand is the dominion, in whose hand is the dominion of the heaven and the earth. So we just say, no, there is no hand of Allah. This is denying, ta'deel. This is one way. It is called simple and straightforward ta'deel. Second way is to do ta'weel with tahrif. How is that? A person says, no, it does not mean this, it means this. This is called ta'til. When a person says, no, it is a ta'til at that time. Then you say, it means this is he's doing tahrif. Now we will go to the second principle, which is tahrif. Tahrif also has a second name, which is known as ta'weel. There are 2 names given by the ulama of the Salaf for tahrif, which is the second principle. Our second principle is that we do not change or we do not alter the meaning of the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We will take them as they are. We are not like the Mu'tazila who will change, who will say, remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, Subhanallah biyadihi al-mulk. It does not mean the hand, rather it means His dominion. It means His power. By hand, Allah means His power. This is how they did the tahrif. They did the ta'weel. First thing what they did, no, it is not that. They did the ta'weel, the ta'til, then they came to the ta'weel. They denied and they said, no, it means this. The Ash'aris, they came into the simple rejection. They rejected the small sifat of Allah. The Mu'tazila, they rejected and they altered, they changed the small sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is our second principle, which we will not do, and we Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, they do not do. Now I will give you one example so that you will understand this concept of ta'weel much more better. The Arabic language, how the ulama of the Salaf, they used to understand the names and attributes from its apparent meaning, its clear meaning. For example, if I say right now, I sat on a table. If I ask any one of you, what do you understand by this? I sat on a table. If I ask Alim Shah, okay, when you heard this thing, I sat on a table, what did you understand from it?
I would imagine the table.
Which table?
The normal table that we are using.
Normal table means the 4 legs and the plain surface. Okay. Now this is what? A normal and clear understanding. Now if I ask Jawad, he says, no, you write on a piece of paper some columns and rows and you sat on that. This is allegorical. This is mushabbahat. This is not the clear meaning. Al-haqiqa. This is al-Majaz. The apparent meaning is the al-Haqiqah, the straightforward meaning, the clear meaning. And this is how we need to understand the names and attributes of Allah. Not al-Majaz. Not think the other way. It can also mean this. When I say I sat on a table, it is clear to a normal person that what he meant by a table is the thing with 4 legs and a plane surface, and he was sitting on that. If a person says no, it can also mean the table, he got on a piece of paper, 4 columns, 3 rows, and a table of 2 times 1, 2 times 2. This is something allegorical, mushabbahat. This is how people do tahrif. And this is how the misguided sects, they did the tahrif with the names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now we will come to the aqwal of the Salaf. What did they used to say about this? Ibn Attar. Anyone knows who was Ibn Attar? Does anyone know? Ibn Attar. Ibn Attar was a student of Imam Nawawi, Matullahe. He said in his book, Al-Aqidah in his book, Al-Aqidah Al-Khalis, this was the name of the book, on page number 24 and 26, he says that Prophet Muhammad said, Allah created the Jannah with his hand. Allah created the al-Firdaus with his hand. And Allah wrote the Torah with his own hands. And he said, a Muslim is obliged to believe in it as it is. And it is forbidden on him to make the ta'wil of it. And he says in the book that this is tahrif containing ta'dil, and there is consensus, there is ijma' on scholars that the attributes are tawqifiyya. What is tawqifiyya? Tawqifiyya means in terms of nature and not in terms of likeness of creation. What does the scholar Ibn Attar rahmatullah, what does he mean by this? By tawqifiyya. By tawqifiyya, he means that when you say the hands of Allah, you will understand by the nature what is a hand. But you will not do the likening, which will come to the third principle. You will not do the likening of it with the creation. This is the main thing where the ulama, where the misguided sects, this is where they got confused and they went into the pump. And they went to the wrong way. That they were not able to understand how to implement and how to understand all the four things together. Because they were saying, how is it possible that Allah can have this? Or they were saying, no, maybe it does not mean it means this. Or maybe they were saying, okay, if Allah has this, then we also have it, so that means that we are the same. This is how they went into the wrong way, and they were not able to understand all these 4 things together. But the ulama of the Salaf, alhamdulillah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had always sent some scholars at every time to deny and to reject the false and the liars. The false and the liars, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send inshallah in every era. So he said that this is not allowed. On page number 19 of the same book, he says all the verses and ahadith about the nuzul and the faith, scholars obligated us to believe in them as they are. Meaning the nuzul of Allah. When we see in the hadith that Prophet Muhammad Allah comes to the first heaven, He does the nuzul. We have to believe in it. Now we will come to the third and the fourth principle for this statement much more. Ibn Hajar rahmatullah alayhi says in Fath al-Bari, volume number 13, page number 436. The one who takes the path of the khalaf, meaning the later generation, the misguided generations, cannot be sure that which he means ta'wil is the intended meaning. Meaning the person, the khalaf, the mu'tazila, the ash'ariyya, the matrudiyya, these kind of people, they are not sure what they are saying, whether they have any proof or not. They are just saying from their own mind, from their own intellect. And they don't have any base, any proof for that, what they are saying and what they are believing in. So Ibn Hajar rahmatullah is saying that those who follow the path of the khalaf, the later misguided sect, they have no proof. They are not even sure of what they are believing, is it true or not. And if they are saying it is true, they have no proof for it. And he said, Ibn Abd al-Barr rahmatullah says in At-Tahmeen, volume number 7, page number 145, Ibn Abd al-Barr was a very famous Maliki scholar. He said, Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah are agreed in affirming all the attributes